My topic's not incendiary or anything. Do we take this also like too seriously? Because it feels like sometimes, and look, I'm a fan of debate. I talk about credit cards probably more than the average person, right? Like, I love this, but my God, sometimes people are acting like their children are dying because their favorite credit card got a change to it. Like it feels like we're taking this too seriously. Like we're the people who, when you meet them, they'll be like, "Hey, he's gonna mention he's vegan 7 times in the first 5 minutes. Just get through that, and then you can talk to him like a human being." Like it feels like we're sorry, Matt, we're the people that talk about being gluten free for 45 minutes through lunch. Like it just we're becoming as a community insufferable. And is it me? Am I to the point where I just see so much jadedness and just like I'm trying to do an exorcism of the jaded? Or are you guys seeing the over sincerity of, oh my God, this doesn't have priority pass guesses. I need to go like to a forest. Craig, I'm gonna start with you.
Yes, 100,000 million zillion% yes. Like I think Lonnie mentioned it 34 minutes ago. Touch some grass. My God. I'm just gonna say this. If I hear another person refer to their partner as player two and this is what I'm going to do for them and they'll just accept it, like, did you realize there's a whole human that somehow they agreed to live with you or do adult hugging, pillow hugging? Look back at the video. Matt showed you what happens. But like, relax. Okay, you got 1 cent per point, or God forbid you cashed out at point 0.8 cents or point whatever the cash out rate is for Amex points into your checking account and you didn't get the best value. Okay, it happens. Did that cash back help you pay for a bill? Did it keep you from paying some interest? Cool beans, bro. Like, do you? Will I, as a person that does is heavily into credit cards, try to tell you to get the most value that you can? Yeah, but I'm also going to sit here and say my son jumped off the back of the couch and got a black eye, and I had to go to the hospital at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know if anybody's ever had to take their kid to the ER. It is the most terrifying thing in the world because you're thinking, oh my God, they're going to think that I am abusive to my child. Quite literally, they got there and they go, oh, yeah, we'll probably see you a lot. You have a little boy. And I go, oh, you're not going to investigate? And I go, no. But that's what my stress levels are. I don't care that I only got 2 cents per point on a hotel redemption using airline miles. I don't care that I got zero point 0.4 cents per point using Hilton points to book I was going to say a Holiday Inn, but that's not even a Hilton. You get what I'm saying, a Hampton Inn, right?
I would love to
It
know
is what it
how you
is.
got any redemptive value from Hilton Points booking a Holiday Inn.
It's a
Magic.
secret. I'm a grifter. Come sign up for my course. It's in my private special OnlyFans Discord. So there we go. I also have a cup of water that I'm selling to whales, just if you all want to get in on that business as well. But yeah, relax, folks. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. And if credit cards are truly the end all be all for you, cool beans. I love that for you. Everybody, there's always a one percenter in no matter what hobby we do. But what I would say to you is, does this bring you happiness or is it a way to treat your unresolved, unchecked behavioral and mental health diagnoses? Just
Very
gonna
good
leave it there.
point. Mr. Lonnie, I'm hoping for some Zen. I'm also happy to get a Lonnie rant. So, whatever end of the spectrum you want to be on, I am more than happy to get your thoughts here.
I don't think I have a Lonnie rant for you, but in short, yes, we all take this a little bit too seriously. And I purposely try to separate myself from this. And so you hear me in my videos. If you're a member of my channel, you hear me talk about it. Like, this works for me. Do what works for you. Hopefully, it's like something you can use for yourself. Just use it as a jumping off point. But not against everything that Craig said because he was already correct with that. So I'm not going to touch any of that and just repeat it. But the other aspect of it is that we're not all correct. It is okay for someone to do something that's not what you do. Like, it's okay for someone to get a card that you think is stupid. They thought it was great. Even if it's a mistake, you don't got to shoot them down because they got it. Because I think that because of the level of seriousness that we have, we actually end up talking people out of cards that might actually end up being good for them because we can say this card is stupid. Matt and I talk about built all the time, and that's why I think it's so important that even after every single built rant, even if I joke about them, I'll still say built's a good card. This is the business, the corporate side that has the issue, but the card is actually good, folks. It is. I have it. I did my 5 transactions already this month, whatever you want to call it. It's still a good card. But the reason why I do that is because it's so important because I know that there's a lot of, I don't want to call them gullible, I don't want to call them naive, but a lot of people just don't do the research for themselves, or they don't understand this environment or this ecosystem to the level of that we put the attention into. Thus meaning that they're going to lean on our words as the experts, as the professionals in this regard, because we're the ones that actually live it. We're the ones that actually has gone through it. And so it's really important to make sure that you give true, honest, hardcore feedback. Now, the other aspect of it is, like I said, we are so serious on one another where I can't tell you, even after having my channel for a year and a half, people are like, so you're telling me you're not going to fly Delta? You're never going to fly Delta? No, I'll hop on Delta tomorrow if it made sense. I would make it make sense. And if you're like, they got flights for $700, why would I pay $700 when I got $7,000 worth of United miles over here? I'm not taking that money out of my account. I've already paid for those miles. Everything I've spent, all the work that I've done to get them, I've already went through it. Oh, that's just stupid. No, it's stupid to, if you got an Amazon gift card, are you going to use the gift card on Amazon? Or are you going to pay cash because it's on sale? That's stupid. See what I'm saying? Like, it's already paid for. I already prepaid. That's how I got these miles. Now, I'm just speaking of like way it's comments and things that I've gotten because I don't want to put anyone else out there like that. But at the same time, as Craig mentioned, just because you didn't get 2 cents per point doesn't mean you got a bad redemption. You got whatever you wanted. And going back to my Amazon, you may not have taken money out of your pocket. Craig went to Napa Valley, right down the street from French Laundry. Probably couldn't get a reservation for a multitude of reasons. One, he was wearing a Blackhawks jersey when he pulled up, and they just turned him around. But
Mr. Keller does not appreciate.
As he mentioned, he just got a room for $8,000. Does he have $8,000? Yes, he does. I know him well enough, and I know how much he spends on groceries that I can comfortably say he got $8,000. But the point is, I don't want to pay that. Hell, I don't want to pay it either. And so he found a way to not pay $8,000. Craig, did you even calculate your cent per point, or were you just, I got what I wanted, so there's no point to calculate it? I'm happy.
Quite literally, until this moment in time today, did not calculate it. My wife and I looked at each other and we said, do you want to just do something ridiculous? And I said, yeah, it's been a rough week at work and Jeff Hardy. So, like, when we were booking it, we said, what's the most expensive thing we can pay for with these points? Boom.
And you know what? I advocate for that because I am team take the trip. It's about the experiences, not about going in debt and all that other stuff. But folks, you're like, we ain't in there. But it's about those particular experiences. And like I said, he and I didn't talk about that. I literally just came out of my pocket and be like, I guarantee he didn't calculate cent per point because he did not give 2 spits. There, I won't cuss this week, RJ. He didn't care. He was like, this is what I want to do with them. I'm going to go do it. And I don't have to take extra money out the bank account to go do it. And he did it. But someone to be like, you could have got better value. Or you went to Napa Valley, you could have used that many points and went to actual France. Dude, seriously, go pound sand. Like, we are way too serious of one another where we should just honestly, I would like to take all that same energy and just celebrate one another. Let's celebrate the fact that Craig burnt X amount of points to go to not French Laundry, but Napa Valley with his significant other, with his spouse, have an absolute great time and a memory that I'm sure he's gonna never forget, at least until he gets a better experience, and just be like, hey dog, you did that. How do I do it too? And if we get to that side of the spectrum, then I am very happy that we are so serious with one another. But the simple fact of you that card costs too much, you shouldn't get it, that card is not worth it, you're not going to get effective annual fee, you're not your cent per point value, you could get more cent per point value if you did XYZ, all that can literally kick rocks. And I've said it before, y'all can yeah, I'm happy to share my redemptions and all that other stuff with you, and if you want to come at me, you know what, email me while I'm on vacation, I'll respond when I get back, because you're probably sitting at home and I'm out here enjoying my life. Come enjoy your life with me. Come meet me at the Jet Bridge, straight up. For those that want to meet me at the Jet Bridge, come on, hop in the lift. Let's do this. For everyone else, I'll send you my receipts. You calculate that for me and have it ready for me when I get back.
Lonnie, you never fail to make me smile when you are both philosophical and pull a little bit of a dad at the same time. It really is a great combination for you, sir. Matt,
Thanks.
as somebody who has moments of seriousness and has moments of their head exploding, sometimes in the same sentence, what are your thoughts on the seriousness of the credit card community writ large?
Okay, first question. When you had a MySpace account, was a bank in your top 8? Is a bank on your friends list on Facebook? Did you invite a bank to your wedding? Did you invite bank executives to your wedding? Do you have friends who are bank executives? You might. Okay, I'll give you that one. But did you invite Citi to your wedding? Did US Bank happen to crash your wedding because like they didn't get an invite? No to all of that. The bank is not your friend. It doesn't matter who the issuing bank is. US Bank is not your friend. Bank of America is not your friend. Wells Fargo is not your friend. Citi, Chase, American Express, Capital One, First Premier, they're definitely not your friend. Credit One, also very much not your friend. Barclays, because they also issue the luxury cards, they're not your friend. Everybody is not your friend. No bank is your friend. We tell folks all the time, I will chime as often as I can. I will shout it from the rooftops. The banks are not your friend. They're out there to get money from you. The moment they can extract more money from you in exchange for whatever value they happen to be giving you that you may or may not like, and you're going to have to sit there and say, am I biting this lemon or am I getting out? That should be the be all end all of it. Like, we take this way too seriously. Like, with some of us in this community have like a parasocial relationship with our bank. It sometimes gets a little bit weird. And you should take that step back. And yes, the folks who have some parasocial relationships with one particular bank do have other banks in mind, but they're not willing to explore those other options until the parasocial relationship is shown to be the parasocial relationship that it is, was, and always will be. Which again, a little weird. So do we take this seriously? Yes. Like, a card fundamentally changing, I can understand the sort of processes of grief. And yes, when Wells Fargo does something that's going to make me like really sad, I'm going to have a moment of being really sad. I empathize with you. I do. But again, the bank is not your friend. You didn't invite the bank to your wedding. A bank didn't crash your wedding because they were pissed off that they didn't get an invite to your wedding. They didn't ruin your holiday. Well, they might have for other reasons, but they didn't go out of their way to ruin your holiday. They're not in your top 8. They're not on your friends list. They are not following you on, well, they might be following you on Twitter because, well, social support. But like, you get what I'm saying. They are not actively your friends. So like, treating them like your friend when they're just an entity that is out there to make money, you're taking this a little too seriously. Like, yes, do all the math you want. Hammer down to make sure that you're getting as good a deal as you can, but you're getting as good a deal as you can for now. On the other podcast that RJ and I do, it'll probably be a running gag that we say, why did this happen? Because plot. Why is this happening? Or like, how long can this last? For now. Make hay while the sun is shining, yes. Always have an exit strategy. And don't treat the bank like your best friend, because when the bank betrays you, it's not your best friend betraying you. It's just the financial institution that you just happen to put a lot of money and time into that could have been spent on other things. Balsa planes or something. I don't know. Investing with other banks.
I
But yeah, that's all I
will
got.
I will only push back slightly that American Express is trying very hard to be Keith's mom's best friend, and she's leaving them unread.
That is a whole other type of parasocial relationship that I don't necessarily want to get into because they want her money. I'm not saying that American Express is a gold digger.
But you're not saying that.
Exactly.
Thank you, gentlemen.
With that